What is up, Pats Nation? It is Patriots Global here with another video, and today we are going to be talking about the Patriots versus Steelers game, which is happening tomorrow, but probably by the time this video goes up, it will be today. And basically in this video, I'm going to give you all the information you need, everything that you need to know, what is at stake for the Patriots in this game, why they need to win this game. Just a informational video that is much needed. So New England will be heading to Heinz Field again. The Pats played the Steelers last year in Heinz Field for a crazy game. Now we will be playing at 4:25 on CBS. And New England is actually the favorited team. They are pegged as a 3-point road favorite. And both teams are coming off devastating losses. The Pittsburgh Steelers the last couple weeks just seem to have fallen off. Obviously, we all know the Patriots lost this previous week to Miami over a crazy game, that Miami Miracle. So before we really get into what this game means, why is this so important for the Patriots to win this game? Well, one, New England really has to win out the rest of their games, and that's something we said last week and they lost, and they need to win out the rest of these games even more. The Houston Texans won not Thursday, on Saturday when they played the Jets. So currently they are ahead of the Patriots and did take that number 2 seed in the division, but that is because they have already played their game and we have not. So if we lose this game, that basically means that we lose that number 2 seed. But New England also has to win this game and get a Tennessee loss or tie for them to clinch their playoff berth. The Kansas City Chiefs are one loss away from losing that number 1 seed, and basically New England can clinch that number 1 seed if Kansas City loses another game and the Chargers also lose another game. If you want more information on this whole topic, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to make a video on it because it is very confusing. But ultimately they need this win if they want to hold on to that first round bye and hopefully maybe even get a chance still at home field advantage for the playoffs. And it is also being said that if the Steelers lose this game, they very much could see themselves out of a playoff picture. So the Steelers could actually be fighting for the rest of their season. Now, injury-wise, it is sounding very much like Steelers running back James Conner will not be playing. He didn't practice all week, and then he practiced, I believe yesterday it was. He was questionable, but then he was downgraded to doubtful, and that is definitely going to hurt their team. Obviously they do not have Le'Veon Bell in their backfield either. Now, something is to be watched here as former Patriots running back Stephen Ridley really is trying to get that revenge, is really hyped up for this game, and just is not exactly thrilled with the Patriots, as I'm sure a lot of us have already heard. Now, Patriots-wise, New England actually had perfect attendance this entire week. Nobody on their injury report or anything, and it did come out today that the Patriots added linebacker Eldon Roberts, and he is going to be questionable. I forget what the injury was. I believe it might have been ankle or something like that, but I believe that's what it was. Just don't quote me on it. Now, personally, I do expect him to play. Obviously, though, having him questionable isn't an ideal thing, especially after having such a good attendance the entire week. Roberts is more of a guy that plays early downs and then usually also comes off the field on passing plays, so some people might not see it as a huge loss if he doesn't play, but keep in mind the Patriots linebacker depth is not great, and believe it or not, Eldon Roberts is actually starting to become a better player than he has been in the past. A lot of you guys actually started asking my opinions in the comments, and I told you guys to wait for this video. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I honestly do expect him to play, but obviously we'll have to see what happens. Dwayne Allen is also officially off the injury report, which means he should be all good to play unless he has a healthy scratch, which would make zero sense. So it will be very nice getting someone back and to help that blocking, help that pass protection and run blocking and all. It will be very good for the Pats. Now, a player for New England that you need to watch out for is Rob Gronkowski. Gronk just dominates when it comes to the Steelers. The Steelers just never have been able to cover Gronk. I mean, you saw last year his crazy game, but history just shows Gronkowski wrecks the Steelers more than any other team. I mean, last season he racked up a career high of 168 receiving yards on just 9 catches. And while the Steelers do have a pretty good defensive line, and when I say pretty good, I mean it's pretty damn good, along with their decent linebacker core, that section of their defense is very good, but they just do not have great corners or safeties, and I definitely think that we should be able to take advantage of that with Josh Gordon, but most importantly, Gronk. We all know Gronk has not been himself this season whatsoever, but last week we saw him go off against the Miami Dolphins, and we are starting to see a better and healthier Gronk, and I really do believe that we're going to be able to see that against the Steelers also, and he's going to be a huge factor to get this win. Now, defensive-wise, this is going to be huge for the Patriots secondary. They are going up against the NFL's arguably best wide receiver duo in the league. We all know the power of Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster, and believe it or not, Juju Smith-Schuster has been the bigger weapon than Antonio Brown this season, and it isn't that Antonio Brown is bad. It's not that he's falling off. It's just Juju Smith-Schuster has been going off this season. He is one of the top receiving leaders in yards than any other receiver in the league. And I know it scares a lot of people, and, you know, obviously it is something that it does get scary, especially with how up and down and inconsistent the Pats can be, especially this season. But we saw them do it already just a couple weeks ago with Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. A big reason, though, on why the Patriots stopped those two amazing wide receiver duo is because of how aggressive and strong and physical that New England defense played. Honestly, I've never seen them play like that in as long as I can remember, and that's a big reason why we actually beat the Minnesota Vikings, and that is exactly what we're going to need to beat the Steelers. When you look at the Steelers' offense, not really having the two striving running backs, you know, Le'Veon Bell and James Conner, it's going to be hard. And, you know, I'm not, going against Steven really at all. He definitely is running back the Patriots still have to watch. But obviously they do not have their top 2 star running backs. So I really do think that they're going to rely more on the passing game. So we desperately are going to need to have guys that can really cover and the guys that can tackle the best on the field. What also needs to happen is getting pressure on Big Ben, because if we just let him stay there and sit in the pocket and get time, it's not going to be pretty for the Pats defense whatsoever, because you have, again, players like Juju Smith-Schuster, Antonio Brown, guys who can make plays and guys who can get open. And if they are open, dangerous things are going to happen. So a big thing is going to be forcing Big Ben to get that ball out of his hand right away. Now, as for the Pats offense, honestly, I see the running game being an excellent factor. I'm going to be so real with you guys and say if we can get this running game going and a proven running game early in the game, then I'm extremely confident that we can pull out this W. But if Tom Brady has to sit back there and throw the ball like 40, 60 times, it could definitely be a rough game. This is a healthy Patriots team, obviously besides that little injury that happened to Eldon Roberts. But besides that, this is a healthy team. We have not seen this from the Pats in God knows how long. It is now the time where we're going to see what this Pats team is capable of. You have James White, you have Sony Michel, you have Rex Burkhead, you have these 3 different versatile running backs, and if we can't get a run game going, it is going to be tough. Take that pressure off of Tom, get him in good position, and he will get the job done. But that is it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on the game, and what do you guys think is going to happen? Leave a prediction in the comments below. Also, make sure you guys like and subscribe. This helps me out very, very, very much. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody knows so we can go to the Patriots Global family. Other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.